Welcome to STH English. You are looking at the picture that has been released today officially of ex-DGISI, ex-Peshawar Corps Commander, Lieutenant Retired Faiz Hamid, who has been in the news for quite some time, but today the news for him and his family does not look good at all. He has been accused of multiple charges, four of them that are mentioned, and has been proven to be guilty on all four, according to a press release issued by ISPR on 11th December, which is today. The background is given. Let me read out the press release to you. On August 12, 2024, process of Field General Court Martical was initiated against Mr. Faiz Hamid, formerly Lieutenant General, under provisions of Pakistan Act spreading over 15 months. The accused was tried on four charges related to engaging in political activities, violation of Official Secret Act, detrimental to safety and interest of state, misuse of authority and government resources, and causing wrongful loss to person or persons. After lengthy and laborious legal proceedings, accused has been found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 14 years rigorous imprisonment by the court, which has been promulgated on 11th December 2025, which is today. The Field General Court Martial, the press release continues, complied with all legal provisions. The accused was afforded with all legal rights, including rights of defense team of his choice. The convict has the right of appeal at relevant forum. Probably the only good news for General retired Faiz Hamid and his family is that there is a process of appeal that is pending, which he can use and hope for some sort of a reprieve or some sort of a relaxation of the rigorous imprisonment, 14 years punishment. The last para is very important, and I would want your attention towards this. Involvement of convict in fomenting vested political agitation and instability in cohorts with political elements and in certain other matters is separately being dealt with. This essentially means that the matter is not over for General Faiz Hamid, nor indeed of people who have been collaborating with him or conniving with him at creating instability. Interestingly, the word 9th May is not mentioned in this press release, but when we researched, a story popped up in Dawn, which quoted a press release issued ironically or published ironically on December the 11th, 2024, exactly a year ago, which quotes an ISPR press release which talks about the pending charges, apart from the four charges that I have mentioned. And in quotes, the statement from ISPR was quoted as saying this: during the process, involvement of Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid retired in events related to creating agitation and unrest, leading to multiple incidents, including but not limited to May 9, 2023, for fomenting instability at the behest of and in collusion with vested political interests, is also being separately investigated. So the 2024 statement from the ISPR's office actually mentions 9th of May incidents, but today it wasn't mentioned. Huge development, huge not in the sense of who the person who has been punished. That too, of course, is a very important dimension of it. It is unprecedented for an ex-DGISI, an ex-Corps commander, and the one who was the mover and shaker and the doer of everything not many years ago in Pakistan, to have been punished rigorous imprisonment for 14 years, unprecedented. So the offices that he held, the centrality that he had, and the power that he wielded sharply contrast with the kind of situation that he's in. That tells you about how fickle power is. And conversely, and that's a more important point, how tight and rigorous and stringent the army's internal accountability mechanism is. So I think General Faiz Hamid's case has become a test case of how army is going to be internally looking at elements who are indulging in politics and who are fomenting trouble detrimental to the interest of the state. So Army's internal accountability system is in play right now. It is an exemplary way of showing from the Army's point of view that this is how we deal with people who go beyond the call of their duty and indulge in indiscipline and do things which are harmful for the state. The other dimension is the last paragraph that I mentioned. If a separate case is being looked at or is being processed, and I do believe that that is already happening, the press release kind of understates where the investigation is regarding the collusion between General Faiz Hamid and his network and political elements. Then there are more news to come out of it. That cachet of news will relate to the network, how it operated, the call logs, the personal testimonies of people, and much of the material that may have come out of a long, laborious process of legal proceedings against General Faiz Hamid. It must have produced some evidence, some eyewitnesses, some statements from General Faiz Hamid himself, some defense arguments. He may have tried to shift the blame here and there, spoken about political elements. So that cachet of information now would feed the next case in which the nexus of politicians with General Faiz Hamid would be investigated with regard to 9th May and other political activities as well. And that is really bad news for PTI, because obviously the reference is PTI, and some probably non-PTI elements will also come into the investigation purview. The third element, which is very important, is that if this nexus is established and General Faiz Hamid, in defense for himself through his lawyers, has argued that it was at the behest of politicians, those in power at that particular point in time, because remember, DGISI reports directly to the Prime Minister. That's the direct chain of command. If he were to say that really I was only obeying orders that were coming from the then Prime Minister, then obviously the issue will arise that does it fall in the purview of authority of the military courts or not? So if army is hurt, state interests are hurt, army as an institution is hurt, discipline is violated by their officer on command from a politician, does not qualify to be a fit case to be tried in military court. If that were to happen, frankly, that will be even more worrisome for Imran Khan and those who were with him and dealing with General Faiz. And last point really is about how fickle power is. This has got nothing to do with this case. I have been observing political scenes all across the world for nearly 35 years now. And I can tell you that I have seen the mighty rise to withering heights, and I have seen them crumble like sands of dust. I have seen people accumulate power, and I've seen that power come to nothing when time passes. So time is the ultimate judge and jury. So when all these things were happening, when General Faiz Hamid was really the personification of the idiom powers that be, and when Imran Khan was the guy who could, call a black and white and black and, disappear Jesus from history and insert Moses in his place and, rejoin borders of Germany with Japan, nobody would question him and people will laugh it off. So it was massive power. And as they say, massive power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and massive power corrupts absolutely, but then also collapses absolutely. I think that's the lesson to be drawn from General Faiz Hamid's case. And one very last point, and all those people that I am witness to currying favor with General Faiz Hamid, beneficiaries of Faiz Hamid's Faiz, which is an Urdu word, which is the source of benefit, and they would be sucking up to him like nobody's business. There are too many to name, all across. And some of them today pop up on TV screens and begin to talk like people with high moral rectitude and lecturing and hectoring how they had warned him at that time and how it was the ultimate case of a man who would not listen to anyone and how they have been proven right. I mean, it really sickens me to the stomach to listen to these people because I have seen them grovel and crawl before that mighty man that General Faiz once was, but now he will have to spend the next 14 years in rigorous imprisonment in conditions which will be less than ideal.